Welcome to the Hendersonville, North Carolina audio public art tour. This installment is about the mural titled Youthful Journey Up 7th Avenue, located at 628 7th Avenue East. It is a tribute to this historic 7th Avenue district and the people who live in this community. It was created and painted by Billy Smith, an accomplished artist from Brevard, North Carolina. Billy has painted murals all over western North Carolina. He is the president of the Transylvania County Arts Council, the county where Brevard is located. Listen as he describes the inspiration for the mural and the meaning of each of the elements in it.
I started thinking about my childhood. I started thinking about some of the things that I would do. Thought about how it was, how I grew up. And it was like an industry town. You always hear a train coming somewhere. And I remember as a kid, we would just run through the yard or run through the streets, and we would just play and have fun together. And that image came to me, and I just started seeing these kids playing in the street, and I'm like, that's the start. I walked up and down 7th Avenue, and I got to this one point, and I said, wow, I seen the vision of the kids running right across that street, but in the background would be 7th Avenue. I've studied portraiture for probably 7 years now, and been into classical realism and photorealism and something I like to call reality fantasy, the style that I've created myself. And I wanted to combine all of these elements into one thing. I had a photographer friend. I knew this location I wanted to go to, and I brought some models with me. I knew these kids, and I said, you guys would be perfect for what I'm trying to do. So we photographed the kids, got a couple of photos of them. We went into Photoshop and we started piecing some things together. I thought about what would be the train element. I remember walking through that train depot and I seen this old caboose sitting there, this old red caboose. And I said, man, that's it. I want that caboose in there. I did throw in a bear, one of the bears that they paint over there in Hendersonville all the time. I had to throw that in. You can't see this from 7th Avenue, but the courthouse is in there as well. I was piecing together landmarks and different places of Hendersonville that I thought that were significant. I wanted it also to give you some type of intrigue that you don't know what they were doing before. You don't know where they're going. So it's just a useful journey. So that journey is happening right now, and it can continue happening no matter how long you see this mural. You can see it 10 years down the road from now and it'll be the same. I didn't want it to have like a full conclusion. The kids themselves, though, are so ecstatic that they say, we're famous now, we're on the side of a building. Some things you can just create from your mind, but to get the pure joy from a kid is something that you really want to capture. And I wanted it to show joy. I wanted it to bring peace. I wanted it to show diversity and also just unity. I wanted them to show the unity of what we can be and how kids don't really look at where they come from or what color you are. The kids, when they like each other and they get along, they play along. And that's what really inspired this whole entire mural.
We hope you enjoyed seeing the Youthful Journey Up 7th Avenue mural. Keep listening to hear Billy explain the complicated process of painting the mural and the challenges he faced in completing it. The mural was made possible by generous support from the Community Foundation of Henderson County, North Carolina. The Community Foundation has been helping people who care make lasting contributions to causes that matter in the area since 1982. So we gratefully acknowledge their part in bringing this beautiful mural to life. Thanks so much to our sponsor, the Henderson County Tourism Development Authority, based in Hendersonville, North Carolina. For more info, check out their website at visithendersonvillenc.org. Thanks also to the nonprofit STEAP Incorporated, STEAP, which stands for Storytelling, Education, and Arts Programs. Learn more about STEAP at steep.net. To hear the full interview with Billy with more about his background and work, visit dotellpodcast.com and look for the episode featuring him. Up next, Billy explains the complicated process of painting the mural and the challenges he faced in completing it. Okay, let's dive into the process of creating the mural, from conception to the finished work of art. What was the process and what challenges did you face?
Yeah, because that's a major one. First it's substrate. You go and you study the substrate. You say, what am I about to paint on? That building is not square, it's not straight. If you were on a ladder or right next to it, it bows out and it curves back in. So it's a moving topography there, right? And it's stucco. So that was the first thing I knew I was challenging. I'm going to be challenged by this mural. And I got the right paints because some paints you got to go over about 9 times before it actually fills in the cracks of the wall. And that's the thing when you're working on brick or anything porous, it's going to suck it in. So you got to think about that as you're painting. You know, how much do I need for a job? You got to calculate all of that in. And then it comes to taking that sketch and then you project your small sketch. You do it all to scale. You make sure you do all your measurements right. And then you, under the guise of all the night, it has to be dark. And you project this on the wall. And then you go up and you sketch your projection. But sketching is just like this. You're sketching a little bit, sharpen the pencil, sketching a little bit, sharpen, sketching, sharpen. Got smart and I started whittling my pencils down till I had a lead that was really long and then would work until that lead got burned down and I'd grab another one. But it took probably, and I did this in one night, it took almost 8 hours to sketch it.
Man.
Yeah, the entire thing. So my sketches are as detailed as I try to make them as detailed as possible, especially when you're going to be doing something that involves doing skin tones and all of that. You want to know where all your shadows are, your highlights are, and you sketch all that in too. But it's not. I mean, especially like shoes and clothing, you want to know where all the wrinkles will be, all of that stuff. So you sketch all of that in too. And then the day of painting process starts with me going over all of that and doing like a line sketch with paint. And I paint every single lines in so that I can see what I'm doing. Because that's the thing about painting a mural, no matter what, if it's larger than life, when you're working against the wall, you can't 100% see exactly what you're doing. So you're just looking at patterns. And you can also look at it as being a big, large paint by number too. So you have to calculate in your mind when you're up close what it is that you're working on. And so you have to do many different references. So you can print out references in different sizes. Sometimes you have just a piece, maybe an eye, or maybe just like the shirt, or you do the whole body on one, and you have many different references up close so that you know what you're working on. And then from there, it's just flying, man. You pre-mix paint. You got to calculate that too. If you're working on a specific color in the shirt or whatever, you got to know a formula. I write formulas down. So when I'm I say, 2 parts of red, 3 parts of this. I know what the parts are based off of what I'm measuring it by. It could be a small cup or it could be whatever I'm using. But that's my measurement, and I'll use that to get right back to that same color. It's a lot of math and science that goes into a mural. And some people they say, "Oh, I just would love to come and paint with you and this and that." And I'm like, yeah, it's not what you think. And here's the thing you always want to know about a mural is you can't move that wall. So if you get in a corner or in a place where it's very weird, you got to contort your body to make it work to where you can get to it. And sometimes you'll find yourself laying on the ground, or if you're up, you're twisted around all kinds of different ways to make a line or to get that paint in there. And that's something that people don't think about. And also, I probably went through about 40 to 50 brushes on that wall. All the bristles completely gone because of the texture. The joy that I got from that, though, is that they serve, the homeless over there. And I got to sit and chat with them. And that was probably, I had some of the most beautiful conversations, learning about people's lives, learning about, what they did and what they're doing and how they ended up in the situation they're in, and being able to give them encouragement and pray with them and stuff. That's what I really got out of this situation, was being able to connect with people while I was doing this job. You feel joy while you're doing it. I feel alive when I'm painting. So I know that I'm, not only helping myself, but helping everybody else that's around me. Just hearing people, they say, I really appreciate that you're doing this here. This makes me smile every day. And that was rewarding. I would go through all of what I had to go through to make it happen just to hear that.
We hope you've enjoyed seeing and hearing all about Youthful Journey Up 7th Avenue mural. Thank you to Billy Smith for his hard work on it and for telling us all about it. The mural was made possible by generous support from the Community Foundation of Henderson County, North Carolina. The Community Foundation has been helping people who care make lasting contributions to causes that matter in the area since 1982. So we gratefully acknowledge their part in bringing this beautiful mural to life. Thanks so much to our sponsor, the Henderson County Tourism Development Authority, based in Hendersonville, North Carolina. For more info, check out their website at visithendersonvillenc.org. Thanks also to the nonprofit STEEP Incorporated, STEAP, which stands for Storytelling, Education, and Arts Programs. Learn more about STEEP at steep.net. To hear the full interview with Billy, with more about his background and work, visit dotellpodcast.com and look for the episode featuring him. Thanks for venturing on the Hendersonville Audio Public Art Tour. We hope you enjoyed it. Please like, follow, and subscribe, and tell all your friends and family about it.